NKTelco welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the Houston Wildcats will take on the Botkins Trojans. Today's ball game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Precision Strip, and St. Henry Bank. Thank you to those sponsors. We'll now take a quick break for our national anthem. Welcome back to the Coliseum here at Botkins High School. My name is Jeff Henson. Alongside me today, Jeremy Plyman, as we get ready for the Shelby County Athletic matchup contest, where the Houston Wildcats come in with a record of 7-5 overall, 2-3 in league play, and Trojans of Botkins 5-6 overall, but also 2-3 in league play. So, Jeremy, a big game for each one of these teams to get to 500 in conference play.
Yeah, especially as we're at the end of the first round here.
One, yep.
You know, you're trying to set yourself into that middle of the pack. Obviously, you're not Fort Laramie, but you're trying to get into that next group and try to set yourself up for the rest of the season here in round 2 of the Shelby County Athletic League.
Yeah, well said, as this will complete both of these teams round robin number 1, and they'll start round 2 as over the past 6 games, Houston just 1-5 against the Trojans overall. They split last year, each team winning on each other's home court. And the 2 previous seasons, it was Botkins winning both contests for league play. So the Houston Wildcats making some improvements. They got some good girls that they like to feature. Emily Earl, one of those better players, a big girl with some good legs, and there'll be something that the Trojans have to keep an eye on.
Young lady's an all-around athlete, super in volleyball, track stud, state qualifier in shot or disc, and in, I believe, pole vault. You know, super athletic, averaging right around 14 or 15 a game. She's
double, 14 points, 11 rebounds. And, you know, I didn't know all those other accolades, but I saw her play against Jackson Center this year. Definitely makes makes it tough on the other team to defend her. Now we get ready to meet the home team today, the Botkins Trojans, and their head coach Tyler Carson in his 3rd season. Houston under head coach Brian Gillespie, also in his 3rd season. First starter out, number 14, Peyton Plattfoot, sophomore. Next starter for the Trojans is number 11, a sophomore also, Brianna Egberts. Number 15, Taylor Holzkamp, a junior, the next starter for the Trojans. 22 is Maddie Fry, a sophomore. As we look down these starters in the whole Botkins roster, a lot of girls averaging between 4 and 7 points.
A lot of balance there for the Trojans.
And probably the head of the snake, if you will, does everything. Number 0, Jana Metz, a senior, averaging 7.5 and almost 7 rebounds, but plays very good for her size. And
she'll probably be a key to this call today, Jeff. Like you're saying, she's going to probably draw the assignment of Miss Emily Earl.
Yeah, sure.
On the other side.
Earl 6 feet 1 inches. Jana Metz probably 5'6",
5'7" on a good day, maybe.
Well, I want to recap the Houston Wildcats starters: Burks, Krim, Meyer, Vandenheuvel, Earl, the ladies in red. As we are getting ready here to go live, and we're under action. The first possession of the game will belong to the home team, the Botkins Trojans, the white jerseys, the black letters and numbers. Houston in a zone defense. Take it back, man-to-man defense. In the red jerseys, white letters and numbers, as again, both teams 2 and 3 in Shelby County athletic play. I think the Trojans, though, Jeremy, a little bit of momentum. They had a great holiday tournament win against Miss-Sinewa Valley.
Yeah, that was a big win for the Trojans. They had 3 games in 4 days, and then had to finish that stretch with Miss-Sinewa Valley, who at the time was undefeated. And they got down 6 early in the 4th quarter and came back for a big win.
Well, Botkins got a shot in the first possession from Plattfoot. It was missed. And then Vandenheuvel scores the ball on the offensive rebound attempt following, I believe it was Emily Earle's missed shot. So a couple looks for offense for the for the Wildcats, who garnered the offensive rebound and scored. And they have a 2-0 lead as they now put together a little bit of a half-court trap and drop back in the man-to-man. 3-point attempt, Holskamp no good. Long rebound belongs to Lauren Krim, and here come the Wildcats in transition, and Earle got it to drop in transition. Jeremy talked about her athleticism. She runs the court well, and her teammate Krim gave her a nice pass.
Yeah, and that's where she can really make some hay as she gets down the floor in a hurry.
And there's another first rebound of the game for Emily Earle. And in transition, Earle with the miss. Maybe I had that backwards. Did she rebound? Well, I'll take a better look here, make sure my numbers are correct. But the Trojans have not scored yet as we've played about a minute and a half, and stepping through, and no, nice shot does not drop for Plattfoot. Held ball possession, will give it to the Wildcats, and now they'll give Botkins a chance now to open up or set up looks like a man-to-man full court press.
For the Trojans, Peyton Plattfoot's got a couple good looks. Right now, young lady's in a little bit of a slump to kind of get them to go down. For Tyler Carson, that'd be one of his keys to kind of get this team going, is get Peyton Plattfoot going.
Anytime you get a player going, it's going to help. You said that very well. As Meyer will swing it over to Vandenheuvel. Entry pass deflected. He will stay with the Wildcats, again under head coach Brian Gillespie in his 3rd season. Likewise, Botkins under head coach Tyler Carson, also in his 3rd season. Vandenheuvel gets it. Nice dump down, and that's a quick foul on Metz, and that's something we have to keep an eye on as she picks up her first foul.
That was a nice little set they ran. They put Jana in a pretty bad spot. They ran it to the other side and did a quick screen off a screen on a screen-to-screener situation, and she couldn't get through the screen and had to foul Earle.
Well, and you had Vandenheuvel, who's 5 feet 11 inches, throwing to Emily Earle, who's 6 feet 1 inches. The top down, you might say, is a little bit easier as Earle, her 4 points quickly here in just over 2 minutes, and a 6-0 lead as the Wildcats play a little bit of token.
Yeah, it's not real aggressive.
No,
it's just kind of
there.
It
makes you handle the ball and think about it, so you can't have the luxury of resting down the court. Trojans, though, down by just 6 so here early in the ball game on this Saturday afternoon. Fry with a nice move on the interior. Maddie Fry, the sophomore, averaging 6 points a game, gets Botkins on the board at 5:25 in the first.
Coach Tyler Carson and I talked about that. That's over and back. Coach Tyler Carson and I talked about that during the week. One thing that they've been trying to impress on Maddie Fry, get to the mid-range. She's been kind of settling in their mind for a lot of threes. Get that mid-range going. She got it going on Monday night against Miss-Sinewa, and then just got another one right there. Nice play on her part.
Well, confidence will come with that success, and then those coaching thoughts sink in a little bit deeper once you know how, once the coach does know what he's talking about, right?
Exactly.
A couple substitutions for the Trojans. Sophia Braun and also Lauren Gerstner. 5 unanswered. Maddie Fry got the 2 to drop and hits her 13th three-pointer. She has 45 attempts. You mentioned the volume of shots.
Yep.
But got her first 2 to drop, and then it comes back with
nice
3.
Look.
Nice give and go. It looked like the assist from Olivia Burks. And the bucket to the 5'11 junior, McKenna Vandenheuvel, her 4th point.
you know, one thing like Maddie Fry, if she kind of picks up on that, as that mid-range gets better, it's going to make her threes even more open.
Nice steal by Olivia Burks, but she kind of panicked a little bit. Don't know who she thought she saw on the other side of the court, but she threw it away. But Botkins gave up a turnover, gets it back on the errant pass, and now with it being deflected, we'll have to face the man-to-man full 84 feet man-to-man press. Brown, or Braun, I should say, Braun. Is it Sophia or Sophie?
Sophie.
Sophie. I'm going to change take that A off the end, put 2 E's. Sophie. Thought you told me that before when we had 2 fouls on Mets off the ball, illegal screen. 4 minutes, 13 seconds in the ball game, and Mets is going to sit down. I'll put that in my notes right here. 4:13. That's not good for the Trojans. Again, she's not tall, but she plays so hard. She makes up for it. And I've seen her over a few games this year and last year. A good player does a lot for the Trojans.
She has a way to just clear out the lane, and as far as rebounding, her girl does not get offensive rebounds. Right now, could be an issue for the Trojans.
Well, second chance opportunity there. 2 3-point attempts by Lauren Krim. She makes her second one, but it's because the long offensive rebound on the first one. She averages just under 8 points for the 5'8" junior. Nice step-through move. Can't finish, though, for Holskamp. A nice move by Taylor.
Taylor had a little bit of a rough night on Monday night offensively. Went 0 for 12 from the floor against Miss Sinawah, but her floor presence had numerous rebounds. I believe the stat sheet said she had 5 rebounds and 3 assists, so kind of kept her involved in the game when she's been a little bit up and down offensively right now.
Well, all players know when you haven't made shots, and over 12 is a lot. She'll look to get on rhythm here as Fry's 3-pointer is off the mark. But McKenna Vanden Heuvel shuffled the feet before the ball left her hand. So after the rebound by Vanden Heuvel, she'll give it back to the Trojans. 11-5 is a score, 3:22 to play in the first. My name is Jeff Henshin. Alongside me today, Jeremy Kleiman, as we bring you today's Shelby County Athletic League's ball game as Burks with the steal, Burks with the shot, no good. Earl with the rebound. Possession continues for the Wildcats. They've had numerous offensive rebounds, Jeremy, here in the first.
We're at 4 of them already, Jeff.
Well, the last one converted to 3 points. I know they had a 2-point opportunity before that, and another whistle, foul, Botkins, number 13, Lauren Gerstner. I haven't had a lot of the Botkins games this season, but we talked about the young lady before the game, and Dee Pitts. I really liked how she played last year. I really was excited to get to see her play this year, but a ACL injury at the end of soccer season has her on the bench and rehabbing. She, in fact, is rehabbing with my daughter over the holidays at Mays PT, as there's a nice entry pass to Emily Earl, who has 6 first-quarter points.
And the downfall, the loss here, and this is where the team is, Botkins is trying to figure their way out a little bit, is when you lose somebody like a Dee Pitts, who was your leading scorer and leading rebounder last year, everybody now has to develop and take on a role probably greater than they're used to.
Or that they were expected
to. Yep. And so, because it did happen so late in the soccer season, I mean, they had her all summer, and they were probably going in expecting, and then a week or so left in the soccer season is when it happened.
Not much time to prepare.
Right. So all of a sudden, you're bringing in probably a new guard, aspects like that, and everybody's having to rotate around. People who are not expecting to take, like a Taylor Holskamp, take 10, 12 shots a game, are now taking 4 or 5 more than they were looking to.
Kind of reminds me, from the boys' side, almost like a Colin Dosek that just does a lot of things. He scores at times, but he's so good on defense as well and active, and she's a pinball. She bounces around on the court. The also this year, and I bring up the fact the year before is Melania Maurer.
Yep.
Another girl that you're counting on. So, they've had some tough luck with some stud players, if you will, that have not helped Tyler Carson, but you gotta, luckily it's just a quote knee injury, and life goes on, and bigger things to come for those young ladies. But right now, this portion of their life, it's a big piece of the puzzle that they would like to play, and they can't get it done.
And you're exactly right, Jeff. One of it is the offensive part and the defensive and rebounds. The second part is Dee Pitts has played a lot of varsity basketball, and you can't replace varsity basketball experience. We see it a lot of times around here. The older your team is, the better off you're going to be. They don't get worked up. They don't get shook up on things. You know, a lot of it you see with our boys basketball team. You got 4 seniors out there. They just don't get too rattled too often.
They're used to being around it. Yep. Entry pass inside shot, but yet another offensive rebound. Vondenheuvel missed her first, gets it back again on the quick missed shot, and then this foul. So another opportunity for the Wildcats to take advantage of numerous offensive rebounds and grow the 8-point lead.
6 minutes into this ball game, Jeff, and there's a number sticking out. The Trojans have 1 rebound.
Well, that is the reason why they're down by 9. Yeah, it's one thing with the 1 rebound, but the defensive rebound, if that's minimal, that means Houston is scoring on about every possession. Give or take a turnover here or there that Houston might have had. They're going to get another chance here, as the shot was missed by Earl. So Braun, I got her first name right, and I got to get the last name.
Sophie had a great game on Monday night against Miss Sinawal. Came out in the first quarter, hit all 3 of her first shots, and the Trojans were kind of struggling offensively at that moment. She came in, banged down a couple threes and a 2-point jumper and kind of got them going.
Well, timeout on the court following a Botkins turnover. Coach Brian Gillespie will call a 30-second one. We'll be back with more girls basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We're more than just a bank. Our commitment goes beyond banking transactions. It's about investing in the hearts and hopes of the people we serve. From scholarships that pave the way for bright futures to local initiatives that enrich lives, we stand by you every step of the way. Because when our community thrives, we all prosper. Together, we build a stronger, brighter community.
Is your internet slowing down your family fun? Your work and all the things you need to get done? Say goodbye to buffering, lagging, and endless loading screens. With NKTelco's blazing fast internet and smart Wi-Fi, everyone gets the speed they need. No contracts, no hidden fees, just everyday low prices and fast speeds. NKTelco, keeping your family connected.
Welcome back to the Coliseum here in Botkins, where my name is Jeff Henson and Jeremy Plyman, as we're bringing you Shelby County Athletic League girls basketball. Jeremy said earlier, this is the end of round 1 in conference play for these 2 schools, as next game will repeat the first round. And right now both teams sitting at 2 and 3, so someone's leaving today at 500. And a chance to grow on that success into round 2, as there's a foul, another foul. It's going to be a shooting foul for the Wildcats. That'll be the 5th team foul. Maddie Fry, her first. Olivia Burks will be the 3rd different
That's
Wildcat.
Maddie's 2nd foul. She just picked one up just on the
right.
last possession.
You're right, it did not mark that down. Olivia Burks, the 3rd different Wildcat at the foul line here in the first quarter. Gerstner will come in replacing Fry, who will sit down next to Metz. We'll see how long. You almost can't go too much longer keeping those girls on the bench, or the game's going to be out of hand.
Especially when those 2 young ladies are 2 of your better rebounders, and they're probably the ones who have drawn the assignment of guarding Emily Earl.
And also 2 of your 3 top scorers at 7 and 6 respectively. So offense and defense sitting on the bench. Gerstner it is, yes, to a nice drive. Didn't get the shot off the bankboard, but an offensive rebound, a rare one here in the first quarter for the Trojans. Is a nice move again by Gerstner, and this time she finishes. So Botkins capitalizes, second chance opportunity.
Lauren Gerstner extremely aggressive there offensively here in the first quarter. Comes off a real nice game she played on Monday night. Finished the game with 7 points and 4 rebounds against Mrs. Sinawal.
Well, Earl did a nice job posting up, missed a shot. Vondenheuvel there for the offensive board, no good. And a foul now on the rebound. Number 11, Vondenheuvel will get the foul, but boy, Earl and Vondenheuvel point blank range, both attempts, they come away empty. And Botkins, if you will, survives. I've heard you mention a number of girls had a great game on Monday. probably a good reason why they beat an undefeated Miss-Stonewall Valley team at that time. So good things happen when you play well and when you.
They were pretty decent offensively, the Trojans were, but defensively they were really good against the Miss-Stonewall Valley team who came in averaging over 66 a game.
That's a lot of offense. Possession will stay with Botkins. Olivia Burks with another blocked shot, but it ends up going off of a Wildcat. So Burks with a couple defensive block shots here. There's 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Egbert, tough shot again, defended by the Wildcats. Earl with the rebound. Meyer will get it up court to Krim. She'll shoot a three. No, she won't.
That's no good.
It will not count. She traveled before the shot. The horn goes off. That is the end of 8 minutes here. Botkins, your score, Houston 15. Botkins 7. You're watching girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
15-7, the Houston Wildcats lead the Botkins Trojans, and after 8 minutes of action, Jeremy, scoreboard favors Houston Wildcats. They've done a lot of things correct so far in the first 8.
Yeah, for the Houston Wildcats, the big number's sticking out right now. 7 offensive rebounds in the first quarter there, Jeff, leading to 7 points for the Wildcats. Emily Earl, McKenna Vonnehuvel having their way inside the paint. That's part of the reaction to Maddie Fry and Jana Metz getting in foul trouble. Tyler Carson's going to roll the dice. He's going to bring him back out on the floor right now to start the second quarter.
Yes, you are right. I couldn't see Fry because she was under our booth up here, but I saw Metz. They're both on the court, as Jeremy said. So this is Fry right up top. There's Gersten, who has a nice move to the basket for the last Botkins points, and working on a man-to-man defense. Metz, and she will be fouled by Emily Earl.
You know, defensively, it's one thing, but with Metz out, they really don't work at Earl, you know?
Yeah, so she's not going to get any fouls.
She's not going to get, so she's not picking up any fouls, and you're not really making her work down there. Now with Metz back in the game, Metz is going to look to score down there and go at her and try to get her in some foul trouble.
Yeah, without that offensive presence or threat, Earl kind of dodges the foul trouble. Offensive rebound backside, Jana Metz. Nice spin move. Gosh darn, she had a heck of a shot there. Another shot by Plattford is off the mark. So Fry, Metz, and Plattford each with a chance, and they're going to get another chance here as the rebound by Meyer. She might have been bumped. It would have been a third foul on Metz, but a battle of some contact was down there, but Meyer.
They're going to get Earl for number 2.
Well, you said just knowing that Metz is drawing contact, Coach Gillespie not real happy with that call, but Jeremy, you hit it right on the head. Now Earl with 2 fouls, and all because Metz is going at her.
Well, and Jana's style is we're going to play physical down here, so that's a whole different deal than trying to, if you've got somebody down there who's going to play a little bit of finesse.
Yes, exactly.
Like, there's going to be some physicality, and you may get called for 1 or 2 of them.
So we'll see what happens the next time, because they're guarding each other, Metz and Earl. So we'll see when Jana gets it, how aggressively she goes. Now she's outside the three-point arc there. This will be Gerstner, who again had a nice move to the basket. Look, tough break for the Botkins Trojans. Plattfoot lost her footing coming around the screen and could not recover in time to catch the pass. That's a Botkins turnover. Olivia Meyer, a freshman, averaging 5 points a game, leads the team in steals at 4.3 and assists at 3.3. Running the show. Burks, a couple block shots in the first quarter. Will bounce it to Vandenheuvel. Nice mid-range jumper by the 5'11 junior. The lost art of that range. And Vandenheuvel finds it and hits it for her 7th point.
This Houston team could cause some issues for some teams, Jeff.
I think
with
so.
With Vandenheuvel and Earl, and right now Metz has figured it out.
Yeah,
Earl's not going to challenge her.
She didn't capitalize.
She
did what she needed to do with the nice drive, and Earl was very vertical, wasn't going to challenge, didn't want to pick up her third, but Metz didn't capitalize. But good plan. But you're right. We saw, I think it was Houston, I saw them play Jackson Center and beat Jackson Center on the road. I'm sure that doesn't happen often recently. So that's what kind of got my eye called on the Wildcats too. They've got some puzzle pieces that you need to make teams successful. Three-pointer, wow. That wasn't desired, or that wasn't textbook offensive set, but Lauren Krim says, I'm open, I'm going to catch it, just behind the line for her second made 3 of the game.
Yes, 2 for 3 from 3 for Lauren Krim there, and didn't hesitate on the trigger on any of these so far.
13-point lead, good start. A 5-0 start here in the quarter. And they get it around Earl into the hands of Metz, and she finishes with a right-handed shot on the left side. Nice move for Metz, her first bucket of the game. She averages 7.5 and 7 rebounds for the senior. We'll say 5'6" senior.
I would say that.
Nice backdoor cut. Burks can't capitalize. Rebound, Metz. Nice execution there. Burks just left it short. So a chance here for the Trojans for consecutive buckets on consecutive possessions, and that's what they need to trail by 11. Metz back to Egbert inside the arc. 2-point shot is good, so 4 unanswered.
Coach Tyler Carson talked about her play lately. It's gotten a lot better, a lot more under control than it was earlier in the season, and we're seeing some of that, and that's kind of helping the Trojans get going.
Near steal though, but Egbert, you mentioned her offensive, coming out with some confidence, almost comes up with a big steal and potential score. So we got some subs. Earl will sit down. Her first rest of the ball game with 2 fouls. She's been playing for a couple minutes with those 2 fouls. Will now be off the court. And for Botkins, I don't know if any new one came in or not.
Sophie Braun into the ball game.
And number 5.
Taylor Holzkamp.
Nope. Oh, that's 15. Sorry. Yeah. Holzkamp and Braun, as there's a hand check foul. Yep, Maddie Fry. That's something. You get 5 per game, but that's something that she's a good enough ball player. You can't do that when you're 25 feet from the basket on an island by yourself, and especially when you already have 2 fouls. So that's she knows it's probably not right, but you can't undo it. It happened.
And on the downfall of it, Jeff, she is a sophomore, but she played varsity all year last year. That is, like you said,
same rules in junior high, by the way.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're 25 foot from the basket.
You gotta know.
Guarding somebody who's not really looking to do much offensively out
simply by putting your hand on her, that's just a breakdown. You got to use your feet to play defense. That should have been over and back.
That is. He's going to call it.
It wouldn't have been over and back if she wouldn't have touched. I mean, she could have got it and gone to the backcourt, but when she caught it in the front court, she threw it to the backcourt. So a good call.
Yeah, she should have just left it drop on the ground and then chased it down back there.
But she's fine if she doesn't establish a front court possession. I agree with Bruce Etzler's call. Now, Gillespie, when he watches on the film, I think will have a different opinion. But she caught it and then threw it. So that backcourt gift they give you on the inbounds is not there anymore when you catch it and then throw it. Nice baseline jumper by Holzkamp, but it goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Trojans, it looks like. No, Redskins. Wildcats.
Taylor now 0 for 3 on the day.
Is she the one that went 0 for 12?
Yeah, she had a good game. She's been playing well. And right now, can't get it to drop. She's had a couple good looks. Got a set of the yips for the young lady.
Nice bucket by Lauren Krim. Her first shot inside, her first basket inside the arc. That gives her 8. She has 2 3-pointers and that nice 10-footer.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jeff, Olivia Meyer for the Wildcats sees the floor extremely well. We've watched this a couple times. She is catching people and getting them on the move in the right spot. to get some really good looks.
Well, she's the reason why she leads the team in assist. You're talking about Olivia Meyer, correct? Yep. So Metz will sit down. They're going to give her a break. She started the second quarter with 2 fouls. She'll sit down with 3.5 to play in the half with 2 fouls. Fry's the only Trojan that picked up the third. There's another steal by Burke. She's had a handful of steals today.
Oh, good look.
Yeah, nice defensive play. Hustling back on defense. Peyton Flatfoot gets the deflection that caused it to go off the Wildcats, but Olivia Burks for the Wildcats. Another steal. She's had a couple steals defensively. She's had a couple block shots. She's a free throw, but Olivia Burks, number 1 on her jersey, 5'8" junior, averaging 7 points a game and 7 rebounds, having a nice game. Nice back door. Textbook. Holzkamp. Does that make it over for 4?
Yep.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it. The next shot will go in.
Yes, it
will.
will.
That's one of them you like to see go in on a nice backdoor action. There's Botkins did everything right. Ball did not drop for them. They trail by 11. Under 3 minutes to play in the quarter.
Jeff, you talk about Olivia Burks, like you said, in the stats on the scorebook here, you're not going to see a ton out of her, but man, that young lady does a lot for them of different things.
Meyer
3.
Off the mark. Burks almost comes up with the rebound. Instead of in a battle for it, it'll go out of bounds. Botkins will get the basketball. Houston will line up in, again, full court, man-to-man. I think, yes. Not much trouble for the Trojans, but they do turn it over. The passing lane not quite there, and the kind of token Wildcat pressure causes a turnover.
And that's kind of what it's designed for. You kind of get it going. Oh, good look.
Nice play. Jeremy just talked about this number 5, Olivia Meyer, a freshman. She penetrated. I thought she was going in for the layup. She shoved a bounce pass to a better shot person at that position. McKenna Vandenheuvel gets it, scores it, and picks up a foul against Botkins.
A lot of freshman point guards in this league, Jeff, are forcing that to the rim when they get where Meyer got there, and she didn't. She stayed patient, stayed on the ground, gave a little bit of a hesitation fake, and then just dumped it right off to McKenna Vandenheuvel. Now, this should not be surprising out of Olivia Meyer. Her dad is probably the best point guard to ever come out of Houston, and their superintendent, Mr. Ryan Meyer.
Well,
he was on that state team that they had back in the early 90s.
3-point shot by Flatfoot, strong, as Coach Gillespie upset that maybe a travel wasn't called. They get the ball back to the Wildcats. Skip pass to Vandenheuvel, under 2 minutes to play. Metz teeter-tottering, if you will, for their 3rd foul there along the baseline. Vandenheuvel, shot no good. That should be knocked out. No foul, at least get the ball to Botkins.
Yep.
So
if you're Tyler Carson, you got to have a play here right now and you'd like to say to get a good look, but I believe they've gotten some good looks.
Yeah,
wouldn't you say? They just can't get them to go in.
Had some nice opportunities. Now a little bit of a 2-2-1 maybe. Again, this is a little bit more solid as they almost come up but will not. Instead, it's a foul. Vandenheuvel, 10 points, will pick up her 2nd foul. That press that time, a little bit more, I don't know what word to use, solid or dense, thick.
Yeah.
All the just more. And Botkins, Houston wants that long pass because they feel like they've got defenders in the back of the secondary that can make up that difference. And Vandenheuvel was about a half a step late. Picks up her foul. She sits down on the bench next to Emily Earl. Both those ladies with 2 fouls. And the lead hasn't changed much since Earl went to the bench. It's 14 right now. A shot by Holzkamp, no good. Battle for the rebound as there it is, Olivia Burks, but she throws it to number 14, Peyton Flatfoot. So right idea by Burks getting on the floor, but you gotta be careful when you chuck it in front of your own goal that you don't give it to the other team. Burks, chance to redeem herself. She will. She'll make the basket and draw her 3rd foul against Metz. So Burks with a tough shot in transition. And Metz will sit down with the 3 fouls. Back to a 14-point lead.
Similar to the Maddie Fry situation, 25 foot from the basket. If you're Jana Metz and you've got 2 fouls you probably just kind of got to let her go to the rim and just say,
shot, and box out.
Get out of the way, let her score because they need you on the floor right now.
And I agree. And I always wonder in those transition opportunities, I don't necessarily know where Metz was at, but why do they always attack the shooter? Why not go to the elbow and try to swipe the ball? And if you foul, at least it's just, in this case, out of bounds. Instead, you foul, and she gets a three-point, or the free throw to make the three-point play. Shot by Gerstner is off the mark. Battle for the basketball will be a tie-up, so it'll be Houston with a 15-point lead and 40 seconds to go in the half. But I wondered that, and I'm going to try to talk to some young girls I know at New Knoxville on the 7th grade team about making decisions about why foul a girl at the basket shooting a layup. Why not make that defensive stop around the elbow, get us to try for the steal and make contact there, and if it's not a over the 5 foul shooting, it's just out of bounds.
Yeah, and maybe it's a little bit different if you only got 1 or so fouls or whatever, and you're a shot blocker.
Yeah, but
if you're not.
Nice finish, Brianna Egbert. The steal and the score contested at the bank, or the shot at the bucket, but she banks it in for her 4th point. 8 seconds. Agree, if you're not a shot blocker, or if you are, then maybe, but Burke's in a tough spot. There's a halftime buzzer. Your score for 2 8-minute quarters. Houston 28, Botkins 15. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have second half action here on NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
To the Coliseum in Botkins. My name is Jeff Henshin. Alongside me today, Jeremy Plyman. We're at halftime of the Shelby County Athletic League contest between Houston and Botkins. We're their first half stats, Mr. Plyman.
For the Botkins Trojans, who are down 28-15 here at the half, they were 7 of 25 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. They have not gotten to the free throw line yet, Jeff. They had 6 rebounds, 3 of them were offensive. They've got 8 turnovers in the game so far, so they're doing a nice job handling the press and stuff like that. On the other hand, for the Houston Wildcats, they are 10 for 22 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. They were 5 for 8 from the free throw line. They've had 8 turnovers like the Trojans. On the other hand, they have 19 rebounds, and 9 of them are offensive. Yeah. And that is McKenna Vondenheuvel, Emily Earl, and Lauren Krim hitting the boards hard on the offensive end.
Yeah, they have definitely utilized that talent to their advantage here to this 13-point lead. Botkins will open up the third quarter with Jana Metz and Maddie Fry both with 3 fouls. So they want to play hard, but not too quick, or not too aggressive.
On the Houston side, McKenna Vondenheuvel and Emily Earl both with 3. With 2, excuse me, you're right. Emily Earl sat the last 4.5 minutes, I believe, and Vondenheuvel sat the last 2.5 to 3 with 2 fouls. So, a lot of the girls who are going to play inside and in the post in foul trouble here.
Well, we get started with the third quarter. Botkins, the white jerseys and the basketball, playing against a man-to-man Houston defense in red uniforms.
No Jana Metz on the floor, no Jana Metz on the bench. Kind of looked like she banged her head, and that's a travel.
You're right. She comes in to the court now, and you're right. When she picked up her third foul trying to defend Burks, she went down on the ground. She doesn't look real happy, does she?
I got a feeling Jana Metz is done for the day, and that's what the kids refer to as concussion protocol, Jeff.
Yeah, it looks like she's kind of worked up about the decision as well, so hopefully, although she can't play today, make it a good, safe recovery and get back to action when it's fit. So the Trojans will probably finish with one of their more talented scorers, rebounders, defenders, and leaders today as turnover Wildcats. Egbert will bring it down. Fry, strong on the three-point shot. Backside board, Olivia Burks.
It just seems a little quicker, doesn't it, Jeff?
Well, it didn't go in, so yes. So yeah, I mean, you want to get in a rhythm, and Earls maneuvers a baseline shot. Good rebound by Fry on the backside. But yeah, you're right, when you're trying to get something, but you know what? Botkins fires again in and out. Good shot, didn't go in. Fry with a rebound, and she scores. So yeah, I don't know where you draw the line. If you run on half-court offense against defense, you may not get anything. Yeah, I think it was a couple years ago, maybe when Coach Carson first started, I think Botkins was very short-statured that they shot. I mean, they crossed half-court and they were open. I had him early in the season with New Knoxville. I couldn't believe how fast they went up down the court and got shots off.
Now, maybe on the other hand, Coach Carson looks at it and says, hey, we've scored 15 points and a half. We haven't been, it's been a struggle in the half court, like you said. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can get this thing going up and down the floor a little bit, because right now he's going to go guard heavy with Jana Metz out of the game.
Yeah, this is where shooting becomes, you know, they've had 3 or 4 good looks. As the held ball, it looks like Houston might have been laying on the out of bounds line when they touched the ball, so it'll be Botkins, but down on the floor is that Maddie Fry?
Yep.
She is in pain. I don't know. Wrist, finger, thumb.
It kind of turned into a little bit of a scrum there on the floor, and people were diving all over the place.
And things can happen when, you know, especially when you're reaching for stuff. So she is now off the court. So you took away another weapon, if you will, for the Trojans, and
it looks like it's hand that they're working on.
Yeah, and who knows if it's wrist, fingers. Again, won't speculate, but she is not on the court now. I know that for sure as Trojans will go to work. Nice maneuver. Holskamp with her first points of the ball game.
Hopefully for Taylor Holskamp, that opens up and makes her feel a little bit more confident, like, yes, I can get these things to go in and get her off the snide and rolling here a little bit, because the Trojans need a scorer right now.
Another chance here to cut into this 9-point lead. They have it in single digits now, but whoa, what is going on here? A foul on Botkins after the turnover. Gershner will pick up the personal, her second. Well, you know that Holtkamp is a scorer. She averages 6.5 points a game. So you're going to go through the ups and downs, but capable of scoring. Again, Botkins has about 6 girls, all averaging between 4 and 7.5. So they've all had the opportunity to make shots. Nice help side defense, overpass into the hands of Plattfoot, as the Trojans, again, didn't score their last trip with a turnover. There's a foul on Meyer. Going to have a chance to score somewhat in back-to-back possessions for them as they trail by 9. A bucket would get them to 7 or 6.
Yeah, if you're Coach Tyler Carson, you can get this to 3 to 5. You call it good, right, at the end of the third?
Exactly, yep. So Coach Gillespie doesn't like what he sees. He'll burn a timeout. You're watching girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We're more than just a bank. Our commitment goes beyond banking transactions. It's about investing in the hearts and hopes of the people we serve. From scholarships that pave the way for bright futures to local initiatives that enrich lives, we stand by you every step of the way. Because when our community thrives, we all prosper. Together, we build a stronger, brighter community.
Is your internet slowing down your family fun? Your work and all the things you need to get done? Say goodbye to buffering, lagging, and endless loading screens. With NKTelco's blazing fast internet and smart Wi-Fi, everyone gets the speed they need. No contracts, no hidden fees, just everyday low prices and fast speeds. NKTelco, keeping your family connected.
Botkins a spot here that can really change the outlook of this game, although playing without a couple of their star players and Jana Metz and Maddie Fry, a chance to cut into this lead with a bucket here. They trailed by 13 at halftime.
That's a big one right there.
You know, next man up mentality, it seems like, for the Trojans. And a big shot by Peyton Plattfoot, the sophomore, averaging just under 5 points a game. Has hit her 8th three-pointer of the season. Pretty good percentage, Jeremy. 7 of 15 coming into the ball game for Peyton Plattfoot.
You know, and honestly, Jeff, if you're Coach Tyler Carson's, Emily Earl misses another one in close. They're getting Earl and Vondenhoevel the ball in the block here to start the second half. They're just not converting it, Jeff.
Well, this is a chance again for Botkins to really make this interesting after down by 13, like I said, at halftime. It might have been 15 at one point in the first half. They down by 6. Houston
nice
has not
backdoor cut.
Houston has not scored this quarter as Burks with the basketball will try to stop that. She'll try to get to Vondenhoevel. Pass a little off the mark, deflected, stolen by the Trojans. A 6-point Wildcat lead. Holzkamp, a charge, I would assume. Yep, good call. Vondenhoevel, nice job holding her ground. I thought it was a good direct contact. You know, about the only thing that Holzkamp could have done is maybe try to go sideways and get one of those glancing fouls, which I still think the defense was there, but because it's glancing versus running right into her, maybe could have got a blocked foul, but good call. Pressure giving Houston some trouble, and a jump ball between two players who keep the possession with Houston.
Houston 5 turnovers in the first 4 minutes of the second half here, Jeff. And that's why the Trojans have gotten back into it.
I'm not so sure how many shots Houston's taken, about 2? 2 shots taken. We played 4 minutes, so yes, the turnovers have hampered the Wildcats. And pretty good defense at times. That one knocked out of bounds by Holzkamp as Botkins has been pretty scrappy. The looks that the Houston has gotten, they haven't capitalized, and one of those came from Emily Earl from near the rim. So we'll try to look for her again, maybe on this possession, and give her a chance to score. She has 6 points in the ball game.
Earl got both of them down on the block, and so far Taylor Holzkamp has held her own and kind of just made it uncomfortable for her.
And that was just kind of a mistimed or ill-advised or off-target pass by Vondenhoevel as she and Earl talked to each other on the way by. I think, hey, let's reconnect here. But yet another turnover for the Wildcats.
Almost feels like they're pressing it too hard, trying to get it
into agree. At some point, it's not there, go somewhere else.
Yeah, just swinging around. Lauren Gershner.
That would have been a big shot to get down, wouldn't it? That would have been a crowd pleaser, if you will. As again, pretty good. Botkins have got to give them credit. They do bring out the students. Hard to see in our view angle from this angle, but strong support for the girls team here at Botkins from looks like most of the varsity boys teams and others. Burks, baseline move. Traveled. Kind of got caught in a tough spot and maybe picked the dribble up one step too soon and another turnover.
Yeah, if Burks could have had somebody cutting down the lane, and it kind of almost looked that's like what she wanted to do maybe, but then nobody's coming and had to just throw it up there.
Yep, exactly. So again, Houston remains scoreless. We've played 5 minutes here of this third quarter, and Maddie Fry, good sign. She's going to come back into the ball game. I thought she went to, well, she's back on the bench. I thought she went to report in, but she's sitting next, or she's on the bench with tape on her right hand and thumb finger. Nice defense by Vondenhoevel. Blocked the shot, but it'll stay with the Trojans. The score remains 28-22 with 2:33 to play in the third.
Jeff, a stat we did not have is how many blocks the Houston Wildcats get. Man, they alter a lot of shots in there, don't they?
We've had, I know Burks had a couple early and a couple here late by other players, but
Lily Davis.
Yes, I did not see that coming. You
You know, this was only a matter of time. They just called a foul on Brianna Egbert. Flatfoot and Egbert have gotten extremely aggressive and physical out here when it's on the press out front. And they're in full deny mode, and it's kind of helped set the tone and turn things around for the Trojans. But it was only a matter of time before one of them was going to get called.
Too much hand contact or holding.
Yeah, Coach Brian Gillespie had been calling for it for about 4 or 5 possessions in a row, and eventually they were going to call one.
Well, we're down to a 4-point lead. Make it 7. What a big shot by Lauren Krim. She has now hit her 3rd triple of the ball game. That's a big shot after not having scored as a team in the quarter. She shoots a 3-pointer and gets it to drop with just over 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Awesome, that's only their 3rd shot of the quarter.
Turnover, Botkins will give it back to the Wildcats. A chance to grow the 7-point lead, but a huge shot by Lauren Krim. Again, that came with just over 2 minutes to play in the 3rd. This is Krim with the basketball. She currently has 11 points in the contest. That's number 12. That's Riley Breeze, a freshman. Another shot there by the Wildcats missed. Peyton Plattfoot, backside rebound, will need some help. She'll find Holskamp, and with 1:30 to play, the Trojans will work against the Houston man-to-man defense. Good defense by Earl. Blocked shot. I believe that was Holskamp who was trying to do kind of the step-through layup. Coach Gillespie will call timeout as Meyer was getting double-teamed. 1:16 to play in the 3rd. 31-24 in favor of the Wildcats here on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
7-point lead for the Wildcats as things have gotten a little bit crispier here at the Coliseum as the Trojans came out of halftime and have gone on a 9-5 run. At one point had it down to, 9-3 run, had it down to 4. Currently trailed by 7, but a lot of things have kind of happened to the storyline with Fry out, it looks like, for the rest of the game. Metz out for the rest of the game. Maddie Fry got dinged up. She's still on the bench.
Storyline for the Houston Wildcats, 7 turnovers and only 4 shots here in the 3rd quarter.
That's huge. That's the reason why they've been outscored. Nice ball movement. Burks misses a shot, gets it back. That's a big possession. Although Krim won't get the assist, Burks will add to her rebounding total. They do come away with points. Their 5th point of the quarter, and they're back to a 9-point lead. 5 unanswered. Nice ball movement. Bayless able to find Egbert. It maybe took about a half a second too long, but Egbert is able to square up and get contact and draw the foul.
You're exactly right, Jeff. And Lily Bayless has come in and given Tyler Carson a good 4 or 5 minutes here for as Maddie Fry and Jana Metz have went to the bench with both injuries. She got the ball in the middle of the lane there, was very patient with it. Like I said, maybe a hair too patient, but found Brianna Egbert on the other side and got her at least to the free throw line.
And Bayless a basket. That's always important too. In these kind of somewhat low-scoring games, offense always seems to be at a premium as Egbert hits on 1 of 2, her 5th point. Under 35 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Meyer is scoreless today. She averages 5 points per game on the season, but has done some nice things offensively. Krim, boy, She likes the three-point shot. That's her 4th of the game, and she averages just under 8 points a game. Not for sure stats-wise how many threes she has hit on the season, but she picks up the foul there. But has hit 4 3-pointers this afternoon and a 2-pointer, a total of 14 to lead all scorers.
And that one there wasn't toes on the line, Jeff. That was
back.
A step or two back.
She sits down with those, 14 points. At 8 at half, has 2 3-pointers here in the third for a total of 14. Nice pass by Braun. Basket Polskamp. And she's beginning to find that scoring mark a little bit. Her 4th point of the quarter on 2 made field goals, and that is the end of the third quarter. After 3 8-minute periods, it is housed at 36. Botkins 27. You're watching girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Hometown Opportunity serves Mercer County, Auglaize County, Darke County, and Shelby County.
The website as a whole is pretty user-friendly. I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me in the area.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
We know that our local candidates, a lot of times are our most successful candidates because they want to come here and stay.
It's become the go-to site for anybody looking for a job in the region.
Final 8 minutes of action here underway. Critical point of the game as the Trojans down by 9. Need to get a good start here and cut back into this 9-point lead. Had it down to 4 moments ago. Howson has been able to sustain it somewhat, Jeremy. Get some points on the board.
Maddie Fry back into the game for the Trojans.
Yep, you are correct. With the right hand taped. Looks like her thumb area. Maddie Fry with the rebound. Nice move on the interior. Good call. Egbert went up, and the foul by Krim. She lost her verticalness, if you will. Arms went non-vertical. Egbert went through those slanted arms and draws contact. The 4th foul against Krim. Quietly, the Howson's leading scorer at 14 points today, 4 fouls.
Yeah, they're going to have to go get her right now. Brian Gillespie's going to bring her over. She did pick up kind of a cheap one right there at the end of the third quarter to get her 3rd, and now she's got 4.
She will sit down. 14 points on the game. No shot. Lane violation.
Trojans.
Yep, so unfortunately they can't get credit for that point. I was just going to say they need to capitalize on these free throw attempts. So they'll go come up 0, if you will, in that possession.
Trojans 4 of 11 in the third quarter there. On vice versa for the Howson Wildcats, 3 of 7.
Double team against Wildcats creates a turnover. 3-point shot buried. Brianna Egbert, her 1st of the game, her 6th of the season, and we're back to a 6-point game, and there's a whistle and a foul on Braun.
Man, that's a tough one. Sophie Braun didn't even move. Myers in a pinch back there on the baseline and has to kind of
hurdle over her hip, if you will, but Meyer, give her credit. She's able to kind of draw contact, maybe a little acting.
Yeah. Yeah, make it look a little worse than it actually was.
But she crosses over. Jump ball, good defensive play by Egbert. Meyer a little bit too casual, I think, with that crossover right in front of Egbert. Egbert, it's kind of like a dog that's tasted blood. She'll be on you like your T-shirt.
Yeah, her and Peyton Plafford up there are going to get at it defensively, and they're going to be in your grill. And they're going to be physical about it. And right now, the freshman Olivia Myers kind of thrown to the fire right now as everybody kind of leaves her on an island.
Yeah, here we go. Meyer will bring the ball up. She'll get a screen. That almost could have been a foul on Egbert running through Burks. As Burks was stationary, now it allows a defensive player to displace the screener. And Burks took a beating, but ball knocked out of bounds. It stays with the Wildcats.
Braun probably got away with the reach there also. Right now, Houston's struggling.
Well, Botkins been playing very tight defense, and for the most part, getting away with it. And legally, you know, what I want to say is they continue to apply tough pressure. Myers in trouble to get a 3-second violation. Nope. Well, Houston again very kind of loose with the basketball right now.
Good also Sophie Braun there.
Yeah, she shut down the angle. Burks had an opening to Earl, but Braun with a nice recovery. Couldn't come up with a steal, but did what she had to do, keep the ball from out of Earl's hands. Again, knocked out of bounds this time by Maddie Fry.
This whole entire second half, Jeff, nothing has been easy for the Houseman Wildcats.
Correct.
Not getting it into Earl, not getting open looks, not even getting it across half court at times.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers, and pretty aggressive Botkins defense has really hampered the Wildcats. There's a backside rebound by the Trojans. That is number 11, Egbert. She'll bring it into the front court. Just under 2 minutes played here in the fourth. 6-point Wildcat lead. If I said 6, I meant 3 because Braun has hit her 5th triple of the season. Coach Carson will take a timeout. 5:58 to play in the ball game. It's a 3-point Wildcat lead. 36-33 on NKTelco Sports.
We are more than just a bank. Our commitment goes beyond banking transactions. It's about investing in the hearts and hopes of the people we serve. From scholarships that pave the way for bright futures to local initiatives that enrich lives, we stand by you every step of the way. Because when our community thrives, we all prosper. Together, we build a stronger, brighter community.
Timeout called by Coach Carson. A 3-pointer by Sophie Braun has gotten the Trojans to within 3. And Jeremy, back in the first quarter, was 15-7. And that lead got up to 28-15 at half. I was thinking, Houston looks pretty good. They're going to be 3-3 in league play. Now, the table has turned. A lot of ball game, I should say, left for either team, but things have tightened up.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Jeff. And Houston Wildcats only 8 points here so far through a quarter and 2 minutes, and then Blackfoot and Egbert had Meyer trapped
again. And that was a tough play. We probably have a good angle on our TV there. They were double teamed, and Meyer really turned, and I won't say through her elbow. She had him kind of close in, but she pivoted hard, and the corner of her elbows are sticking out. But they get the credit to the foul against the Trojans, I believe, number 14, Peyton Blackfoot. Earl gets one to squeak in. Well, that wasn't perfect. I would say that. It wasn't perfect. It got in. And she probably has banked them in 100 times this season, but this time she crawls in. She gets her 8th point.
Only her first 2 points of the second half. Right?
Correct. She had 6 at half. That's now gives her 8. Botkins needs to come back. And Earl and Von Heuvel almost create the travel violation. They both had the ball, but Coach Gillespie will take a full timeout with 5:12 left in the ball game. 38-33 in favor of Houston.
Is your internet slowing down your family fun? Your work and all the things you need to get done? Say goodbye to buffering, lagging, and endless loading screens. With NKTelco's blazing fast internet and smart Wi-Fi, everyone gets the speed they need. No contracts, no hidden fees, just everyday low prices and fast speeds. NKTelco, keeping your family connected.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
38-33 your score. I'm Jeff Henson alongside me this afternoon, Jeremy Blyden. Entertaining Shelby County Athletic League girls basketball game. Each team 2-3 in conference play. And we have a 5-point Houston Wildcat lead. Coach Gillespie takes what we think is his 4th timeout, which would leave him with 1 remaining here in the ball game.
Yeah, I believe 1 full timeout left. And it looked like Don Mack, who's the scores at the scores table, was pointing 1 towards Houston, so I think that confirms this, and they turn it over.
Having trouble with the Botkins pressure. Ooh, there should be a foul. Uh-oh. Burks fell into Egbert. Well, that's a 3rd Trojan. She fell down, and now Egbert will go off the court. She walks off holding her ankle, so wow, it's like a rough day for the Trojans. Although Fry is back on the court, she's taking the ball out. This will be the 3rd Trojan that's been injured.
And that's an over and back.
No, you're allowed to finish your play. There is an over and back.
I see what you're saying.
She finished it the time before. The girl from Housen caught it and then threw it to a teammate. So the best thing I teach or try to teach. Oh, that'd have been a circle shot if it could have gone in. But going to the line will be Holzkamp, but try to avoid that line. Don't give the fans and all the other enemy players a chance to groan and moan and force an official to make a call.
Or even the official to think about a call. And Jeff, it's not just here at high school basketball. We watch it in college sometimes. I watched Heidelberg up there. They had Akron down 1 with 30 seconds to go in the half, or in the game, and they got called on an over and back because the kid, instead of taking a step on the other side to get in the backcourt, took it right at the line and then was off balance and stepped over, turned it over. They had a chance to beat a Division I team.
Oh my.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. And years ago, that rule was different. That would have been a violation. I mean, years ago. They changed it to take that controversy, I think, away. But nonetheless, we play on a 4-point Wildcat lead. Earl gets it on the backside. Earl misses. Kind of a point-blank shot, but again, good defense by Holtzkamp. Made it difficult. Gave her at least something to shoot around, and Earl could not finish. Botkins, a bucket here would put them as close as they've been since way back in the 1st quarter. Coach Gillespie trying to coach and ref from the sideline. Does not maybe like everything he's seen. Turnover, Botkins foul on Holtzkamp. Again,
frustration foul there.
Exactly right. How many times? She didn't miss the shot, but she had the turnover. So it's almost like that instinct in your mind says, go attack the ball. And she did. She picks up her, that was on 15. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep, 15, her 2nd foul. I think I wrote down my foul. Yeah, I gave it to the wrong person. So looks like she's safe as there's a contact. So that'll be Braun's 3rd foul. And for Botkins, that is her 3rd, but the team's 4th. Thought they said
was shooting 2 from the rest of the way
4th.
out.
Yep, 4th foul of the quarter. 4:10 left to play, a 4-point ball game. Meyer, the freshman point guard, averaging 5 points on the game, scoreless today. Gets a new count when she starts to dribble. Now she's got to make sure she doesn't get called for it while she's dribbling. Just went over that yesterday, how you can catch, stand, dribble, pick it up before it's a violation.
You got a long time out there. There's no reason to get in a hurry if you're...
Yeah, if you catch it and the count starts, there's 4 seconds. Start dribbling, there's another 4. Pick your dribble up, there's another 4. Then if you still have it in your hands, it's a violation. So for 12 seconds, in theory, you can be closely guarded and still hold on to the basketball. But it's always fun to hear the crowd yell after about 5.
Exactly.
Boy, and Krim, you see Krim, she put her hand in, knocked away, and her hands went right back like, I didn't touch her. She has 4 fouls, and she didn't go after it. She's like, I didn't touch that. I don't know what I'm not going to get involved with contact here and foul out of this ball game.
And she's their leading scorer of the game with 14, and she's got 6 in the 2nd half.
Nice.
Getting out of the way.
Coach Carson takes a full timeout with 3:28 to play. That'll leave Botkins with 2 timeouts and a 2-point game, the closest the Trojans have been. We'll be back with more basketball here on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Good atmosphere here at Botkins as everyone's going to get their hands and clap pretty soon. A 2-point game. Botkins has fought their way back. They did not look very crisp in the first half, trailing by as many as 15. They trailed at 13 at half. And of all things, doing this without their floor general, Jana Metz, who went out early in the third quarter with an injury and has not played since. So other girls have stepped up, Jeremy, as they continue to apply pressure. And that'll be another, nope, there was touched by Fry. That should be travel. She rolled over. Now it's going to be, ooh, I thought when you roll over.
I thought so too.
Tough. Now, I hate those calls when you're sliding, rolling. Everyone has an opinion on what it should be. It stays with the Wildcats, but you mentioned Metz being off the court. That's what I think they've done instead is put so much pressure up top is that, you know, we haven't talked about Emily Earl because they haven't been able to get the ball down the court to even get her to pass hardly.
Yeah.
I mean, so
you're exactly right, Jeff. You talked about it when they picked up that press and it started increasing the pace of the game. Now all of a sudden Houston kind of bought into it. Now they're not really looking to Emily Earl on the block, and they're chucking some quick ones or turning it over. Yeah, they're about to get a 5 count.
And you're right. I think the turnover, Bud, the pressure that Botkins is putting on up front, you know, would they have done that if Metz was still in the game and such? I don't know, but they made a decision to put more ball pressure on, and that has certainly hampered Houston and helped Botkins. So,
and the fact that they've knocked down a couple critical threes at times,
big shots,
has really helped.
This looks, boy, that's one of those shots there by Braun that I won't say in this day and age there's a bad shot. 25 years ago, you wouldn't have shot one of them, but those are shots you shoot now, and she's off the mark. But that was one that you almost thought was going down the way she left go of it because everything else has been working nicely for the Trojans. As Krim, with the 4 fouls, scores her game-high 16th point as she continues to flourish, averaging just under 8. So she's doubled her season average tonight, or scoring-wise at 16. Travel.
On the other end for the Houston Wildcats, Olivia Meyer got to the baseline and instead of forcing something up, just took a dribble, spun back, and waited on a person to cut the lane, and it was Lauren Krim for a nice easy 2.
So another assist from Meyer then is what you're saying?
Yep.
Krim with the basketball. Burks. Her bounce pass intended for Earl. A lot of white shirts collapse. Good defense. Turnover Wildcats.
It's almost like the Trojans are even letting Houston get to the lane, and they're just collapsing back on Earl, assuming they're going to try to get her the basketball.
And they've made some poor decisions and have not capitalized on the girls that are open from the collapse. Gerstner, tough shot, back iron, no good. She got herself some room. It's still a tough shot. The score remains 40-36, a 4-point lead. Meyer with the basketball. Vandenheuvel being guarded by Fry. This is Krim, Lauren Krim.
Oh.
Gives herself a little bit of room with the shove off. It would have been her 5th. Earl, Burks going baseline. She's in trouble, finds Vandenheuvel. Just one timeout left for the Wildcats. You'll see once how much coaching Coach Gillespie can do from the sideline. Maybe try and take some air out of the basketball. Still a long time to go, over 60 seconds. Next foul by Botkins will put the Wildcats on the line, and that is the 5th foul there of the quarter for the Trojans. And that'll put Lauren Krim at the line.
That's 4 on Maddie Fry.
First 2 free throws of the game for Krim, and I don't know if Coach Carson wanted them to foul Krim or just somebody, but Krim will go to the line. She leads all scorers again with 16, so she's been hot today. And she continues to shoot the ball well. 17 in the game for the 5'8" junior. And for the Trojans, Brianna Egbert.
How about that possession by the Wildcats right there?
Yeah.
Come away with 2 free throws. They were
clock.
extremely patient. I bet they burnt a good 50-some seconds on the clock, didn't they, Jeff?
Well, I was going to say at least 30 to 35, but we're under 50 seconds now. A 6-point lead, so Botkins has to get some offense quickly here. Time becoming a factor. Fry got away with one maybe. Holtzkamp, not a lot of room to go, but her and it looked like Braun almost ran into each other. But you know what, you got to go at the rim and take contact. Holtzkamp 1 of 2 from the line. Both those came here in the 4th quarter. She has 5 points in the ball game. Holtzkamp 5 of 8 coming into the ball game. Now she is 7 of 12, or I'm sorry, 7 of 11. This will be her 12th attempt.
All 7 points for Taylor, or excuse me, all 6 points. Now 7 for Taylor Holtzkamp in the second half.
And I said that wrong. Yes, all of her points here in the quarter or the half. Holtzkamp at the line just to clean it up was 21 of 29, a very good 72% shooter is Holtzkamp. She's 3 of 4 here in the quarter, so she is not, she's out, I would say she's doing well from the foul line and gets her quite a bit. Now they'll put the leading scorer of the ball game, 18 points. She just was there, knocked down 2 free throws. Lauren Krim. Looked pretty good on the first 2. That one a bit strong. So that's what the Trojans need. Now, more importantly, they like for her to miss again, but need the rebound as Earl and Vondenhoover prepare to board for the Wildcats. Rebounded by Fry. Perfect example of what the Trojans need. Fry, coast to coast. Tough shot. She's fouled.
And that's Krim's number 5 right there.
Krim not in agreement with the contact. Coach Gillespie not either.
Coach Gillespie might want to be a little cautious there.
He's been aggressive all game. Some of these officials might say, hey, I've seen enough. But at this point in the game, I think the officials know the intensity, and it's going to take a lot or the magic word to get one. But nonetheless, Krim will foul out with
Coach Kyle Borchers assistant coach Kyle Borchers did a great job just kind of jumping up in front of Gillespie there, just to kind of shield, you know, hey, let's not do anything.
Correct. And
he's
he's also done that. I've seen a couple times already. So we mentioned the excitement Coach Gillespie has had today on, you know, officiating and coaching, but his assistants have helped make sure he doesn't go over the edge, if you will. Big board by Earl, jump ball.
They got a hold.
Instead of foul. That would have been a possession arrow favoring Botkins. Instead, it'll be free throws Emily Earl at the other end.
You know, looking through the stats here, Jeff, one of the other things that crawled the Trojans back into it in the second half, in the first half, Houston Wildcats, 9 offensive rebounds. Since then, 1.
Well, you know why? We talked about it. Turnovers
have
hampered their ability to get shots off. And when you can't get shots off, there are no chances for offensive rebounds. How many second half turnovers does Houston have?
We're at 11.
Seems like it's more. Boy, both that hurts. That doesn't help the Wildcats and keeps the Trojans in the contest. Flatfoot, nice drive. Got around the defender. Coach Carson will take, I think, his 4th timeout with 23 seconds to play. It's a 2-point game. 42 to 40.
You know what I liked about that there, Jeff? Peyton Flatfoot, most kids at this stage are going to panic being down 4. She's going to chuck that 3. Peyton, understand, we got 30-some seconds.
A lot of time.
Go get a bucket.
And she did.
Get it to 2, and she did.
A little bit of ball fake. Drew Burks out past her. And then the right decision to go baseline and under control, come up with somewhat of an easy shot, not a trick shot. I mean, and she capitalized. She got it to drop. I think before we had that conversation, I think I heard Ryan Gutman say final timeout.
Final timeout.
So I must have not written one down. So I haven't watched Don Mack either put up his hands.
I haven't either.
But I
see if the officials go through and tell each coach how many they got left.
Well, there's 23 seconds to play. It's a 2-point game. Both teams are in the bonus. Okay, each team has one left.
Each team's got one.
Then my notes add up. I think what Ryan said is there's their final full timeout, which means they still have a 30 left. And for Houston, they have a full left. Not a big deal what size they are. You each get a timeout or each have one left. So, see how much pressure. No, they'll send Meyer to the line. Foul goes against Egbert. Her second. Meyer, as I said, averages 5 points a game. Scoreless today.
She's taken one shot. It was a 3 back in the second quarter.
And they'll bring Maddie Fry in with the 4 fouls. Does she have 4 or 3?
I got Maddie at 4.
Okay, I do too then. That's Meyer, maybe her biggest point of the game. Coming right there is Fry with the 4 fouls, re-enters. 3-point game with 19 seconds to play. This is the big one that makes it a 2-possession game with 19 seconds. And it does. You're not supposed to get those kind of rolls on the road, are you?
I don't think so.
She got it. Brianna Egbert. Holzkamp.
Get to the rim.
They need something quick. Fry will make something happen. There's a foul before this on the screen. There should be a foul on number 11 at Vonheuvel. I said earlier, when you run over the screen, that's a foul.
Yeah, but I think what Coach Gillespie's saying is Brianna Egbert was moving on the screen.
Oh, that could have been too.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a two-way street there. Yeah. And in today's world where you and I both know they are calling moving screens like it is out of control.
Well, the foul goes against, or the foul was not on, it wasn't on Fry's ability to go to the basket. It was on the screener, but that's Egbert's 3rd miss in a row. So that needs this one to get it back to a 3-point contest.
Egbert 1 for 5 right now from the free throw line.
1 for 6. Offensive rebound. How'd she get into that quick?
I have no idea.
Foul with 4 seconds left, just under 5. Boy, I wonder where Braun.
She came from out of the 3-point line,
it must have hit the rim. It was almost like she was standing on the elbow or something, but she couldn't have come in. You can't cross the 3-point line until it hits the rim, but now she got in there. Maybe she was legal. Holzkamp, 2 free throws.
I guess legal enough, huh?
Yep, I didn't see it. I didn't really notice her coming there. I just noticed she got it as Coach Carson will burn his final timeout with 4.9 left, 44-41. He'll set up his last effort here based on make or miss, and not much time left, so they're gonna have to get a steal immediately and then get a shot off, or foul immediately, and then obviously got hope for
Or
miss.
is this a design miss situation if you're Coach Tyler Carson? Because here's the question, Jeff, and a lot of people say, oh no, you make the free throw and go down and let them shoot free throws. If they go down and shoot free throws, you still have to come the length of the court to get a toot, and you're about at 4.9 seconds.
Yeah, you're 4.9.
That's a lot of time. So right now, maybe a design miss.
Rebound kick out.
Kick out for a 3.
So who's ever up top, you got to find out which way it's going. Get your can over to the.
And look where Peyton Plattman and Brianna Egbert are going. They're going to the wings.
Yep. Look at on your screen, number 11 on the bottom, number 14 up top. See what's on the shot. If they kind of creep down, and be looking for a rebound kick out.
And this is a knockout. If you're Maddie Fry, I'm trying to knock this out.
She tried to miss it, although it didn't bounce off quite. Yep. It's got to hit the rim, so you can't just chuck it off the bank board. But I see what you're saying. Good call on that observation. That's exactly what I think Coach Carson was trying to do, as the attempt just didn't kick off the rim like they were hoping to. How many times you go to practice and say, okay, team, let's shoot some free throws. By the way, I'm sure the big-time schools got to do it. You got to think, how do you doink one off the rim and see once play with it to know that you got to chuck a line drive up there, how it's going to react and where it's going to go.
Well, Kenneth Vonheuvel will shoot this free throw. Well, the other part is how many times do you actually try to miss? And like you said, it has to hit the rim, and that's not as easy.
Because you don't practice it,
no.
do
you? Even if you're up 3 and you're like, hey, I just want to get this to hit the rim and make them go the distance of the floor.
That's big.
Like,
yep.
That's a hard one to do and tell a kid, hey, I want you to miss the shot but hit the rim.
Well, Coach Gillespie has burned his last time out. We will take one with 3 seconds left in the ball game. 4-point lead for Houston.
When I graduated from Salina, I didn't know much about the job market here.
I knew I wanted to come back to the area.
I went to Hometown Opportunity where I was looking for a local job.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me.
Linked me directly with those local companies.
And the last 6 months have been wonderful to feel that family environment again.
Welcome back for the final few seconds here at Botkins. Pretty much desperation mode here unless Houston does the ultimate crime of fouling Botkins. It should be a Houston win with just 2.7 left. No timeouts left for the Trojans. They're down by 4. And if Houston is going to stay back, the 3-point bomb at the end, no good. Your final score, Houston 45, Botkins 41. An exciting game, turned out to have a very tight finish as the Trojans battled back, never took the lead in the second half, got it to within 2, and Houston prevails to earn their 3rd league win of the season. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more comments and thoughts of today's game here for Botkins on NKTelco Sports.
We're more than just a bank. Our commitment goes beyond banking transactions. It's about investing in the hearts and hopes of the people we serve. From scholarships that pave the way for bright futures to local initiatives that enrich lives, we stand by you every step of the way. Because when our community thrives, we all prosper. Together, we build a stronger, brighter community.
Is your internet slowing down your family fun? Your work and all the things you need to get done? Say goodbye to buffering, lagging, and endless loading screens. With NKTelco's blazing fast internet and smart Wi-Fi, everyone gets the speed they need. No contracts, no hidden fees, just everyday low prices and fast speeds. NKTelco, keeping your family connected.
Welcome back to the Coliseum as Jeremy puts together our final game team stats. As I have some time here, I'll go ahead as he configures those numbers, and I'll go through the individual scoring. And again, Jeremy's busy putting together the team numbers. As I finish up the individual stuff here, we will have a recap of an exciting Saturday afternoon game here from Botkins.
Big win for the Houston Wildcats.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they've been playing some pretty good basketball. I saw them beat Jackson Center on the road. I thought, that hasn't happened in a while. Well, they beat Botkins today at Botkins, which they've not done in a while. Again, in the last 6 meetings coming into today's game, Houston was 1-5. They split last year. So these seniors, if you will, split as juniors, lost both as sophomores, lost both as freshmen, as far as back as I went. So this will break, a little bit of a streak there, or help them go now 2-5 in the last 7 for the Wildcats against the Trojans. But always a tough win to get one on the road. And Houston, like I said, has now beat Jackson Center on the road and Botkins in this first round. They'll look to secure home court when they face them again in round 2. Individual scoring for the Houston Wildcats. Leading all scorers today with game high honors with 18 points, Lauren Krim. 11 from number 11, McKenna Vondenheuvel. 8 from Emily Earl and 2 from Olivia Meyer. Their total of 45 for the Botkins Trojans. Nobody in double figures, but again, volume, or I should say a lot of girls score, which has been the theme of the team this year for the Trojans. Leading them today, number 14, Peyton Platfoot. She ends the game with 9 points. 2 players had 8. Taylor Holzkamp, good to see her make some shots after a tough shooting night Monday and kind of a first half today, but she does finish with 8. And also 8 from Brianna Egbert. 7 points from Maddie Fry. 3 points from Sophie Braun. 2 points from Jana Metz. Again, she left in the third quarter with a bit of an injury. 2 points from Lily Bayless. Played some good minutes in her time today, and 2 points from Lauren Gershner. Botkins total of 41. Your final score of 45-41 in favor of Houston. They led 15-7. They led 28-15 at half. That's when it looked bleak for the Trojans, but they play a nice second half, cut the lead down to 2. Before I get there, they actually cut it down to 4 in the third quarter, but trailed 36-27 going into the fourth by 9 points. That's where they cut it to 2 in the fourth, end up losing by 4, 45-41. With our team stats, here is Jeremy.
For the victorious Houston Wildcats, they come into the Coliseum, knock off the Botkins Trojans. They finish the game 15 of 33 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. They were 10 of 18 from the free throw line. They had 27 rebounds, 10 of them were offensive. Now 9 of them were in the first half, and 11 of those turnovers were in the second half, which allowed the Trojans to get back into the game.
How many turnovers overall?
19.
11 in the second half.
Yep. For the Botkins Trojans, they finished the game 15 of 44. They were 3 for 13 from the field, 5 of 14 from the free throw line. They were 4 for 12 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter there. That hurt.
Ouch. Yeah.
They had 14 turnovers on the game. They had 15 rebounds. 7 of those were offensive. 4 of those offensive rebounds came in the second half where they were able to get to the rim. So for Tyler Carson's team, they did a good job handling the basketball, not turning it over against that press that at times in the first quarter was giving them some fits. They kind of settled down and got their way back into it. Just couldn't make some shots early on to get going. And then when they did in the second half, might have been a little too late.
Well, they certainly had trouble scoring, but the tough part is you can always look at numbers, and the 4 of 12 from the foul line. You do all that hard work. You put on your pressure. You got girls, your leader is sitting down with the injury. Other girls step up. Other girls are now playing that, that unpopular position of bird dogging, creating steals, but then they capitalized. They began to score. Then you get all the way, get to 2, and then you just can't knock down free throws. So that's, obviously you don't want to blame anyone for missing free throws, but that's a number that, boy, you don't want to shoot 4 for 12 in the fourth, but you're tired, you're fatigued, you've been busting your tail to get the ball back. You dug yourself a hole. You get there and you just can't get over the top. Imagine if some of those free throws go in and you take the lead, then you can breathe and enjoy the ball game a little bit better. But Houston survived. They didn't maybe play great in the second half taking care of the ball, but they made some free throws at the end. Meyer, her only 2 points game, came big at the end. She knocked down her only 2 points came the last 2 for Houston to give them the 4-point lead. So,
and you wonder, Jeff, we talk about it with Maddie Fry being hurt a good chunk of the third quarter. Her and Jana Metz both being in foul trouble in the first half, and then Jana basically being out midway through the second quarter on. Now all of a sudden those minutes started adding up for those girls when Tyler Carson usually goes about 7 deep. Now all of a sudden the rest of those 5 weren't coming off the floor very much. Lily Bayless came in, gave them some good couple minutes in there, but for the most part you run with who got you here, and you wonder if those free throws in the fourth quarter were that a little bit of fatigue because a lot of them were hitting the front end of the iron.
Yeah.
And it's basically 4 for 11 because the last one Taylor Holzkamp missed on purpose. Trying to get that last one. So it's 4 for 11. But again, like you said, when you lose by 4, that's kind of painful.
Yeah, it is. And they battled, and it's one of those games you wish you could have won for the Trojans here on your home court. But that's basketball. It's not always pleasant for both teams involved, and there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser. And today, Botkins, I won't call him a loser, just didn't win. So.
Well, for a reward for the Houston Wildcats, you get the opportunity to go to Fort Laramie on Tuesday night. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, you know what, though? Benefit for Houston, they're not in Division 7, so they'll play them twice this year.
And then
you talked about tournament trail. Houston's in Division 6. We think Botkins is stuck in Division 7, so they will face, at some point, you got to think the Redskins are going to be in that tournament trail somewhere. But, yeah, it's not as long away as what you think. There's a season creeping up on us. Speaking of the records, with the win today, Coach Gillespie in his 3rd season, they go to 8-5 overall, 3-3 in league play. Botkins under Coach Carson, also in his 3rd season, will dip to 5-7, but they will go to 2-4 again for both these teams to end around 1 league play. So
Trojans going to step out of league play. They do Lima week this week. They go to Lima Senior on Thursday and then go back up and play Elida on Saturday. where Houston's going to Fort Laramie on Tuesday, and then they welcome in the Fairlawn Jets on Saturday as they begin round 2 of Shelby County Athletic League action.
Well said. Well, with that, Jeremy, we hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Once again, your final score, Houston 45, Botkins 41. For my partner, Jeremy Plyman, my name is Jeff Henshin. We hope that you enjoyed this telecast, and thank you for watching here on NKTelco Sports.